I don't know who's gonna read this, but I just gotta get it out of my head. My birth was all messy and complicated. It messed up 2 marriages, and my family never let me forget it. Only one of my brothers got drunk enough to tell me straight up that he resents me for being born, but I can feel it from all of them, deep down. I'm way younger than my siblings, and there's always been this feeling like I don't really belong in the family. When I was a kid, I used to tell myself that when I got older, things would get better. We'd be able to talk and stuff. But now I'm 23, and even though I see hints of the life I wished I had, I'm still always left out. I hear about everything through my dad. He told me about my niece's car accident, my other niece's miscarriage, even my oldest brother's brain tumor. And he didn't even know I didn't know about that last one. I've known for a while that I'm the only one trying to keep things together. But for the sake of my own dreams, I've given them every chance to let me in. But I just can't do it anymore. I have this service dog for my CPTSD. He's like the best thing ever. He saved me so many times. He knows when I'm freaking out and he knows how to help. He stops me from hurting myself when I'm really upset. He's like my best friend, you know? And everyone who knows me knows how much he means to me. My love life isn't exactly booming, so I asked my niece if I could bring my dog to her wedding as my +1. I have to fly across the country for it, and I can't fly alone. I figured it couldn't hurt to ask if he could come along. Technically, I don't need him for the wedding since I know everyone there, and I'll probably be drinking a lot to cope. But I thought it'd be nice to spoil him a bit, you know? Dress him up, dance with him, give him some steak. It sounded perfect, and my niece was so excited about it. She said he could come even if I found a date. I felt so happy and seen for once. But then my dad called. He said the mother of the bride wasn't okay with the dog at the venue. I tried explaining that he's a service animal and he wouldn't cause any trouble, but they still didn't like it. I was tired of hearing everything through my dad. So I asked my niece to tell me herself. She said yes at first, but then I never heard back from her. My dad kept dropping hints, but I told him I wanted to hear it from her. When I RSVP'd, I even put my dog as my +1 to show I wasn't backing down. But then the next morning, I got an email from my dad saying my dog wasn't welcome at the wedding. Something inside me just broke. I realized they're never gonna respect me the way I want them to. I've always been the one reaching out, and now, when I asked for a direct answer, I got an email. Family means everything to me. But over the years, I've learned that family doesn't always mean blood. If right now, my family is just a broken orphan and their dog, then I'm grateful to have that much. So, I'll go to the wedding, but after that, I'm done with all of them. And the saddest part is, I don't even think they'll notice. Update: subscribe for more Reddit stories. First off, thank you all for the nice things you've said and the advice you've given. It really means a lot to know that so many people care. Now, some of you have been wondering why I even want to go to this wedding in the first place. There are a bunch of practical reasons I could list, but the real truth is, I need to go for myself. See, I have this weird thing with death and loss. My mom passed away when I was just 5, and my family kinda fell apart after that. I've lost a bunch of other people too, caregivers who meant a lot to me, and I've had to learn how to deal with grief in my own way. If I don't go to this wedding, I know I'll regret it. Not only because it's probably the last time I'll get to see all my childhood family together, but also because if I don't go, it's like letting them win. I don't want to make a big scene about my past with them, but that doesn't mean I have to just let them push me around. I'm not afraid of them. Sure, our relationship is pretty much non-existent, but I used to see my siblings, cousins, nieces, and nephews fairly often. When I was a kid, they used to scare me into silence, but I'm not a kid anymore. I lived with these people. I can handle one night with them, if only to show them that they can't control me anymore. Thanks again for all the support and kind words. It really means a lot to me.